welcome back to my channel. This is Under 5, a series where I take a big and complicated topic and explain it to you guys in 5 minutes or less. Today we're talking about the flexitarian diet and how you can be more sustainable without necessarily becoming vegan or a vegetarian. But first, if you are new here, make sure to subscribe down below. That way you can learn more about how to live more sustainably. Also, before we start, not surprisingly, I'm going to be talking about vegan and vegetarian diets during this video. I am very familiar with both diets and I am not here to debate them. Everybody's body is different and has different needs. And of course, everyone is also free to make their own choices. If you are a vegetarian or vegan, I think that is fantastic and I am proud of you for making that choice to help the environment. When discussing diets, I am going to be trying my best to stick to the facts that are out there, and I'll be very clear when I give my own opinion on something. However, nutrition is a very complicated science, and what might work for one person might not necessarily work for another person. And it might not work for that person for a variety of reasons, including their own health or even culture. Be sure to keep these things in mind when you discuss diet. Don't go out there attacking people because of their diet, because you don't know their situation. Now that we got this disclaimer bit out of the way, let's get into the actual video. If you search what is flexitarian, you get a very quick dictionary.com definition that is a person who has a primarily vegetarian diet and occasionally eats meat or fish. I could just end the video here. It really is that simple. But of course, we are going to get into more detail on how exactly you can live a flexitarian lifestyle and the benefits for it. The word flexitarian is a combination of the words flexible and vegetarian, and it's exactly that. It's a flexible vegetarian diet. The focus is to cut back on meat and animal products rather than completely cutting them out. Jackson Blatner, RDN, who is a registered dietitian nutritionist, has written a book on the flexitarian diet, and she has 3 levels of flexitarianism: the beginner flexitarian, the advanced flexitarian, and the amazing expert flexitarian. At the beginner level, the goal is to forego meat 2 days out of the week, and for those remaining 5 days, to eat no more than 26 ounces of meat. Another way to think of this is to go 6 to 8 meals without meat out of the 21 total meals a week. At an advanced level, the goal is to go 3 to 4 days without meat, and for those remaining days, to eat no more than 18 ounces of meat, or 9 to 14 meatless meals out of 21 meals a week. The expert flexitarian has a goal of 5 meat-free days a week and allows only 9 ounces of meat those remaining days, or 15 plus meatless meals out of the 21 meals a week. This gives a lot of wiggle room and space so you can kind of work around and figure out what works best for you and your lifestyle. The flexitarian diet also has a lot of benefits, and since it's not as strict as a full vegetarian diet, it is a lot easier to stick to. For example, one problem that is fairly common for vegetarians and vegans is nutrient deficiencies in specific areas such as B12, zinc, calcium, iron, and omega-3 fatty acids. In my own personal opinion, if you need to take a bunch of supplements to make a diet work, it isn't truly sustainable. You don't have to agree with me with that. Like I said, it's your diet, it's your choice. But if your body doesn't do well on a vegetarian or vegan diet for these reasons, and you don't want to have to take a bunch of supplements, the flexitarian diet is a good middle ground to help you get those nutrients that you are lacking, and again, still live a more sustainable life than an average person that just eats as much meat as they want. Another important thing to remember is when you do have those animal products, you want to pick the most sustainable options. This means you should try to focus on eating organic, pasture-raised poultry, eggs, and wild-caught fish, rather than processed meats like bacon and sausage, or fast food burgers and chicken nuggets. Now, of course, you can occasionally indulge in these bad animal products. We all have cravings, and it's not good to kill your mental health by resisting every craving just to eat the right foods. The point is to minimize and make these things a treat rather than the norm. Some other benefits of the flexitarian diet are pretty similar to the benefits you get from eating a vegetarian or vegan diet. This means it is a great diet if you have type 2 diabetes, it helps with weight loss, decreases risk of heart disease, helps you save money, etc. But what I think is the best part is that it's easy to follow. Vegetarian and vegan diets tend to be pretty strict, and it can be difficult for a lot of people to switch over to them. Flexitarian is a great middle ground, especially if you do want to eventually become full vegetarian or vegan. It's a good stepping stone to get you there, or even just a good middle ground to sit on if you can't go the full way. If one day you're really craving a burger, get yourself that burger, and the next day, plan not to eat any meat. The principles of this diet are balance and moderation. It's okay to indulge occasionally because none of us are perfect. But it's important to then balance that indulgence and to be mindful of both your health and the environment. In my 2021 goals video, I talked about how becoming flexitarian is a goal for this year for me. I'm definitely going to make videos taking you along that journey and share some fun recipes I find and all of that jazz. But you should also consider joining that journey with me. Look more into the flexitarian diet, maybe read Dawn's book, and find out if it is something that'll work for you too. With that, that is all the time I have for today's video. If you liked it, make sure to leave a like down below, that way I know. And also, subscribe to the channel to join the journey to living more sustainably. If you'd like to keep up on my own journey to living more sustainably in between uploads, you can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, which are all linked down below. Thank you again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.